What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to do a quick showcase of all of the new Wrath of the Machine Adept weapons. We'll take a look at the perks and the elements and stuff like that, and I'll give some impressions of the weapons in general for PvE as well. So let's start out with the Chaos Dogma right here. Here it is with the awesome new red kind of style that these weapons have. They all look really cool. So in the perks we have Whirlwind's Curse. This does bonus damage against Fallen, which is always good. On top of this, it grants bonus agility when the weapon is equipped. All of the Wrath of the Machine primaries have this particular perk on them, and it's very good inside of the raid or inside of any activities with fallen enemies. So Chaos Dogma. In the ballistics we have Linear Compensator, Accurized Ballistics, and Field Choke. I just keep Linear Compensator, to be honest. Nothing else really feels like it's doing that much for me. Up next we have Triple Tap. Rapidly landing precision hits will return 1 round to the magazine. This is a pretty awesome bonus because it also works in synergy with the other perk available right here called Triple Double. So when Triple Tap is activated, an extra bullet is transferred from your reserves to the magazine. This allows you to fire a ridiculous amount of shots with this particular weapon because, you know, both of the perks just keep proccing. So with anything that you can hit multiple times, bosses, tanks, spider tanks, anything like that, you know, this is going to absolutely destroy. And when Arc Burn is available, you know, if we get an Arc Burn and Small Arms modifier on something, this is gonna be absolutely insane. I actually think this is one of the more exotic weapons in a way that come from Wrath of the Machine because it's kind of like a primary black spindle. And when the time is right, this is gonna be absolutely the best possible weapon choice that you could probably have. In the middle column we have Extended Mag, which grants 16 rounds in the magazine as opposed to just 10 if you opt for small bore, and that is just 12, you know, as standard. So it's a pretty good option for PvE stuff. We also have Speed Reload, and like I said, small bore. Small bore is okay if you want to take it into PvP. There are definitely better scout rifles in this archetype for PvP. For me though, this is probably the best in this archetype for any PvE activity. Up next we have the Steel Medulla, and this is my absolute favorite, man, because it's quite nice in PvE and PvP. Looks absolutely awesome again. Again, it has the Whirlwind's Curse bonus, but in the sights we have CQB Ballistics, Smart Drift Control, and Smooth Ballistics. Smart Drift Control, in my opinion, is just absolutely the best option. It gives you pretty nice base stability right there. Up next we have Full Auto, which is pretty awesome all around. On top of this though, it has Sign of 4. So when you land 3 bursts on a target, it causes the 4th burst to do extra damage. Not such a big deal in PvP, obviously, but in PvE, anything that's kind of tanky, you know, you get some bonus damage when you hit the 4th shot. It's always good, and this pulse rifle just feels really nice. I actually rate the 4-round burst Hake pulse rifles for PvE, and I think this is, you know, one of the better ones. That little bit of extra damage in PvE stuff definitely helps, and on top of this, it is, in my opinion, the best archetype of pulse rifle for PvE. In the middle column we also have high caliber rounds. This is really nice for PvE and PvP. When I take it into PvP I use high cal. In PvE it's good because it just stuns things a little bit more, which is nice. We also have Speed Reload right there, or Handlaid Stock. So for the Crucible you may want to try Handlaid Stock. It gives you very nice stability, does drop the range a little bit. In my opinion, high cal is the better option because stability isn't a huge problem on this weapon, but either way, any of these options really are, you know, pretty reasonable. The only activity with the burn this week is the Nightfall, and luckily it has Void Burn, so I managed to take this in and try it out a little bit. It feels pretty good with the burn on it, man. I'd say that there are better PvE weapons, but this stands up pretty well, and considering that it's okay in PvP as well, this is an awesome pulse rifle. Up next is the Genesis Chain. Now this is a really cool auto rifle. Again, awesome skins right there. Also has the Whirlwind's Curse bonus, but in the sights we have Linear Compensator, Accurized Ballistics, and Field Choke. I just leave it with Linear Compensator, keeps the recoil nice and predictable. Up next we have Focused Fire. When zoomed, this weapon fires slower, but causes additional damage. This is pretty cool. It's in the same archetype as the Suros Regime, so, you know, this essentially does what the Suros does as well. We also have Focused Firefly. So while Focused Fire is active, precision kills cause the target to explode. Now this is pretty awesome. We have an auto rifle with Firefly. Of course, it doesn't have the impact that, you know, hand cannons, scout rifles have, so Firefly isn't as beneficial, but inside of certain things, you know, like the Abyss in Crota's End, this thing absolutely destroys Thrall. It's actually a pretty good weapon to use there. It does have solar damage as well, so inside of solar burn activities, it's gonna be pretty fun to use. In the middle column, we have speed reload, high caliber rounds, or hammer forge, so some really nice options there as well. I go with high cal just because it feels good for PvE and PvP. There are no stability bonuses in this middle tree, and it may look like it has pretty low stability, but because of the rate of fire class, it actually handles really nicely. So really, this is just a Suros regime, but better for PvE in my opinion, plus it has the burn, man, so that's pretty awesome. Finally, we have the Fever and Remedy. This is the only solar hand cannon available inside of Year 3. So again, Whirlwind's Curses on this thing. We have Smart Drift Control, Accurized Ballistics, and Field Choke right there. Smart Drift Control is nice because it doesn't drop the stability. The other options will give you a fairly hefty boost to range and a tiny bit more impact as well, so it may be worth playing around with. But up next, we have Reactive Reload. Reloading the weapon after a kill grants a damage bonus for a short time. Pretty good perk on hand cannons all around. On top of this, it has the quick reaction bonus, gain increased agility when the reactive reload perk is active. Now, this isn't my favorite hand cannon in the world. I'm not the biggest fan of the Hake model hand cannons in general, but it does do okay. It has fairly good stats, decent range for PvP if you want to use it. Reactive reload, is a strong bonus. On top of this, quick reaction is kind of beneficial, having basically Battle Runner active whenever you get a kill with reactive reload is pretty nice for a primary, and it's going to allow you to jump in and get some kills sometimes that you would perhaps miss, or people running away and things like that. For PvE, I've never been the biggest fan of reactive reload, but this hand cannon does do fairly well. I feel like it's a little bit outclassed by, Fatebringer and all these other great hand cannons in PvE stuff. In PvP, there are definitely better feeling hand cannons to use in the Crucible, but this thing can be used to great effect. Either way, it's absolutely awesome to finally get hold of all of these Adept weapons, man. They're really cool. Different, unique kind of weapons as well. I actually think they did pretty nice on the Wrath of the Machine weapons in general. They give you something different to play around with, and some of them are, pretty damn strong. So I hope you guys have enjoyed taking a look at these primary weapons from Wrath of the Machine. Let me know in the comments any that you have picked up, or which ones are your favorite. If you have enjoyed the video, a like, as always, is appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny content. But for now, you guys have an awesome day.